Hello everyone, this is Data Tips here, and today we are going to learn about the not null constraint. In our previous video, we learned about the check constraint. So, in today's video, we'll see how we can apply the not null constraint in our tables. Okay, so what is not null constraint? A not null constraint simply specifies that a column must not assume the null value. That means a column cannot have any null value. Okay, so that's in theory, so we'll apply that in our column. So let's see, first create a table. Okay, I'm going to create a table, the products table, which will have the id, name, and the price. Okay, so let's say id will be integer. Okay, so id and name will be text, and then price will be numeric. So these are the data types. So if something is will be integer, so that you can define that thing as an integer, and something will be a string, then you can define it as text, and then there will be a price. You can see that price can have decimal values as well, so you can define it as a numeric. So the thing is, I want to make this uh, id column as not null, because I cannot have null value, right? I mean, there should be some id and there should be some product, right? It cannot be blank, where if some product or id is null and it has some price, that doesn't make sense. So I'm going to make it like not null. So I always need to have some id. I cannot pass the null values, and for any product id I also need to have the name against that product id, so I'll pass that not null here as well. And for price, what we can do is we can apply the check constant, which we learned in previous video, and price will always be greater than 0, right? So this kind of table we can create. Now let's execute this command. Okay, the table has been created. Now let's try to insert some values in this table. Okay, let's put the id fun, name, product name mobile, and then the value will be anything like 2000. Okay, so here it is. And now let's query the products table. Okay, you can see this. Now let's try to check the constraint. So what I'll do is I'll just try to insert some null values. Okay, so I'll pass null. Okay, and tv, let's try to see if it fails or not. So you can see you got this error while it's the not null constant. So basically you cannot put or insert the null value in this column. So let's try to put the null value here as well, and let's put the id like this. Here you see again, right? So it violates the not null constant again. So let's put the tv. Now let's check the price as well. So what if I do minus 100, right? So it should be greater than 0. So let's see. Okay, for this as well we got the error, right? We cannot insert the value less than 0. And also one more key thing to remember, like if you will put it some in quotes, like if you will put null in quotes, it will be treated as a string. It's not actually the null value. it will be treated as a string. Okay, if you try to insert this, I have to remove this. Okay, if you try to insert this, okay, it will be inserted because this is not treated as null, it's in quotes. Okay, so that's how the not null constraint works, and we'll learn about the unique constant in the next video. Thank you for watching.